Hi friends, I've got some new crochet hooks. These are the Furls dupes. Hi y'all, I'm Erica and welcome to the Lopsided Crafter Crochet and Knit channel. If you are a returning viewer, hi, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're new, hello. I'm going to start this video off by saying it is pouring down rain. So if you can hear it hitting the camper or hear the thunder in the background, I am sorry. But I can't complain too much because we do need the rain here. It has been very, very dry. But that's not what you're here for. So I got this crochet hook set on Amazon while I was out on my little hiatus with helping my mom with my stepdad and also recovering from my surgery. And I have really enjoyed these, so I wanted to share them with you. Range in sizes from 3.5 down to an 8mm. They are, like I said, similar to the Furls. I do feel, though, that for me personally, they don't feel as heavy. They're nice. They are ergonomic, and I do like the way they feel in my hand. Now, these are all metal. They aren't the nice acrylic handles, kind of like the Furls were. This is what the actual hook part looks like, and the throat is angled. You have a nice long hook part, if you will, and then your handle. The sizes are etched in. I've been using these quite often and the sizes have not removed. I have not been able to scratch them off. You can actually feel when you put your fingernail across the size that they are kind of etched in there. So I'm not thinking that they are going to be removed with wear. So let's head to the table. I'm starting a new crochet project and I will show you what these look like while at work. Okay, as mentioned before, this comes in this nice little zippered case. And you do have sizes ranging from 3.5 to 8mm. For the project I'm going to be starting today, I am going to be using the 5.5mm, but I wanted to show you one of the other colors just because the brown may be a little hard to see the actual parts of the hook. So this is what the tip of your hook looks like. It's not a very deep hook, but it is deep enough. It's kind of a cross between a Susan Bates and a boy, but there is a little bit more of a sharper groove, if you will. And then you have your nice taper here. The throat is really nice, and then you have your handle. They fit really nicely in my hands. As I said, they don't feel as heavy as the Furls, at least this one. Now, when you get over here to your larger size, your 8mm, it does feel slightly heavier, but not a lot. So I don't think that that would be a make or break, as far as my opinion anyway. It's not that much of a weight difference. They just feel really nice in the hands. It does come with this little pocket up here if you wanted to put stitch markers or your darning needles, a pair of scissors, you know, if you wanted to keep extra things in your case here. I have noticed that sometimes the zipper likes to go down far, so you might have to grab that zipper from the inside. But other than that, it is a nice canvas size. This does feel like a metal zipper, not a plastic zipper, and it's very well made. But that's not what we're here for, not for the case. So let's get started on seeing how this actually works. I am using Mary Maxim Starlet worsted weight yarn for a project that I'm getting ready to start. And I have a bunch of starting stitches that I need to make. So I figured while I was doing that, that I would go ahead and show you guys this hook at work. So for the particular pattern that I'm going to be doing, I am going to be doing the foundationless single crochet. So I am going to go ahead and get that started, and we will see these hooks at work. So the hook glides really nicely in the yarn. It's not splitting the yarn. Although I will say that I have found with this yarn that the yarn does sometimes split, so it's not, I don't think that it is the fault of the crochet hook itself, because I've used other crochet hooks with this yarn as well. I also will note that because of the sharpness, I mean, it's not like it's going to cut you sharp, but the sharp point, if you will, of the hook itself, I have noticed that sometimes if you are going through a stitch and you're not going all the way through, that it will grab that yarn and split it. So just be mindful of that. But again, this yarn itself, I think, is splitty. And so the crochet hook itself just kind of helps along with that, if you know what I mean. So it does crochet nice. It glides very nice through the yarn. I feel that this would be a crochet hook that would be considered a fast crochet hook, that it would not slow your process down. You know how there's some that crochet hooks that have a lot of drag or bumps within the metal that sometimes slow your work down. This does not do this. It is very, very smooth. So I'm really enjoying these crochet hooks. Really, really enjoying them. So for me, I think that this would be something that I would reach for over and over again. It's really, really nice. So let's head back to our other view, and I will talk a little bit more about these hooks. Okay, so now that you've seen them work, let's talk a little bit more. It is a set of 9. I've showed you the case, that I really like the case, but let's talk about the hooks itself. They are on Amazon. That's where I got them. As of today, April 28th, 2026, these are currently $49.99 on Amazon. And I'm almost positive that I paid a little less than that, maybe $39.99. But I did check the price history, and since January, they have been $49.99. So I do like that about Amazon. You can go back and look at price history to see if the prices have changed much over 30 to 90 days. It doesn't go past the 90 days, but you can at least kind of look to see if there's a fluctuation in the price. Another thing that you can do, if you're wanting to see if it's going to change prices, you can add them to your cart on Amazon and just leave them there. And whenever you go back to your cart, it'll tell you at the top if there's been any price adjustment in anything that's in your cart, whether it's up or down. So I like to do that too. For me personally, this is a 2-day shipment. I live in an area that is very, very rural. So 2 days is usually the quickest for me. If I do want it quicker, then I'll usually have it sent to my mom's, which sometimes is same day. These are a hand polished aluminum crochet hook is what the description says. And I can probably tell you that I agree with that. They are, like I've said, they are very, very smooth. They are aluminum, 100% solid aluminum. And they are ergonomic, durable, lightweight, and says resistant to damage thanks to advanced anodization. Anodized aluminum is a durable, corrosion-resistant material created by electrochemically forming a thick aluminum oxidized layer on the surface. It increases the hardness, wear resistance, corrosion, and all of that good stuff. So, I think these are very well made. I've had them, like I said, I bought these while I was out on my hiatus. I did buy them in July of last year, and I have used these several times, and they are still in the shape they were the day that I got them from Amazon. So I'm really liking these. There are some other ones that are on Amazon that I did try that are a little bit more expensive. But once I got them in the mail, I decided that they were so close to this one that there was no reason to even keep those other ones, so they went back. But I do like these, and I did want to share my thoughts on them. You've probably already seen them. Chances are that you've probably already got them and that you love them as much as I do. I would love to know your thoughts on these hooks. If you do have them, do you like them? Did you not like them? What were your reasons? Please let me know below so that we can start a conversation between you and I and the other viewers of this video. So I think that's about it. But before I go, I want to know, what were you doing while watching this video? Were you crocheting? Were you knitting? Were you just sitting here watching with a nice hot cup of coffee or hot tea? Let me know below. And until next time, happy crocheting and happy knitting. Bye.